Welcome to Francis Reads the Bible. Today I'll be moving on to Genesis chapter 25. Genesis 25, there's a lot to unload for me there because some people said, oh, so Abraham married two wives. No, Abraham got married after his wife Sarah died. He lived for many years after she died. So Abraham married another woman whose name was Keturah, and Keturah bore him six sons. And Jokshan, one of the sons, second son was the father of Sheba and Dedan. I think Sheba, that's the queen of Sheba. Remember when the queen of Sheba went to see s- um Solomon to learn of when she learned of his wisdom to go visit him. So that they were somehow related ancestry wise. So, anyways, the sons of Midian were Ephah. Just talked about Keturah's descendants. There were lots of them. And then people go, so Abraham married more than one wife. No, he was a widower and he was free to remarry. So he did. He was lonely. So Abraham is a very wise man. Verse 5 says he left everything he owned to Isaac. And then 6, this is where the wisdom comes in. But while he was still alive, he gave presents to the sons his other wives had borne him. So meaning he had other wives. Yes, there was Keturah, there was Ishmael, who was the son of Hagar. Who knows if he married other people after that? But I know there was Hagar and Keturah. Anyways, then he sends these sons to the land of the east away from his son Isaac. See wisdom. He knew Isaac was his main heir, and then he didn't want any situation of him dying and then they would not kill Isaac because he knows the promise from God was going to come through Isaac. And they will not kill Isaac or start fighting over property or whatnot, which is what some wealthy men in Nigeria do. They will have more than one wife, or they'll have just one wife, then I have children with women, concubines, baby mamas outside. Then they will now wait when they die. Then you now hear of families fighting for property, fighting for inheritance, fighting for this, killing each other off, to be the ones to inherit the man's property. And then you hear of cases where they've been in court for many years, fighting over property left by a father who had children from multiple women. So you see, Avram was wise. He didn't want any issues. He just gave them, okay, yeah, this is your own share, and he sends them far away while he was still alive. He didn't wait for a will, he didn't wait till he died. And as those ones were going, they knew, okay, this is what you're receiving as your inheritance. Goodbye. Very wise. So Abraham died at the ripe old age of 175. His sons Isaac and Ishmael buried in Machpelah cave in the field east of. Remember the cave, the land he'd bought from Ephron the Hittite? Yes. So this was that same field where he'd buried his wife Sarah in. So he was also buried there. And after the 11 says after the death of Abraham, God blessed his son Isaac, who lived near the well of the living one who sees me. Remember the well? This was the well that Hagar, had seen when she ran away and she was thirsty. I believe she'd been sent away. Yeah, we did that. Alright, I read this chapters ago. Anyways, so this is God remembered his covenant with Abraham and he blessed his son Isaac. So you see. So in 12, Ishmael, whom Hagar, the Egyptian slave of Sarah, bore to Abraham, had the following sons listed in order of their birth: Nebaioth, Kedar, Abdil, Mibsam, Mishma, Duma, Massa, Hadad, Tema, Jetu, Naphish, and Kedema. Wow. They were the ancestors of 12 tribes. He had lots of sons. Unfortunately, the promise wasn't going to pass through him. There's something I've noticed from the time of Adam, or is it Adam? The first sons don't inherit. Cain was the first son, he killed his brother Abel. In the end, the inheritance went to Seth through the bloodline. Then, same thing happened to Noah's children. The one who was the first to inherit. Then, now to Abraham's lineage. Abraham wasn't the first son, and then Isaac wasn't the first son. It was Ishmael, and the inheritance went to Isaac. Should I say there's a curse on the first sons? Yeah, that's what I've noticed, anyways. So, so in 18, it says the descendants of Ishmael lived in territory between Havilah and Shur. Anyways, the latter part says they lived apart from the other descendants of Abraham. Like, they all spread out. There was nobody going to fight over anything. So this is the story of Abraham's son Isaac. Isaac was 40 years old when he married Rebekah, the daughter of Bethuel and the sister of Laban. There was also another cause I've noticed, Francis. Well, Sarah couldn't have children. He had to take God's intervention for her to give birth to Isaac. And now Rebecca had no children in 21. So Isaac prayed to the Lord for her. Then the Lord answered his prayer and Rebecca became pregnant. Like, the women, they don't give birth. Like, there was something on that lineage. There's just a pattern. Okay, maybe twice is too little for me to say it's a pattern. Anyways, so in 22, it says she was going to have twins, and before they were born, they struggled against each other in her womb. Then she said, "Oh, why would something like this happen to me?" So she went to ask God for an answer. And God is a God who answers when you ask. Then he told her, "Two nations are within you. You will give birth to two rival peoples. One will be stronger than the other. The older will serve the younger." I wonder, I know God sees the future, but I'm just wondering if Rebecca had done differently the way she handled her sons after this prophecy. Would things have been different? I don't know. Because sometimes God gives us free will. Anyways, so the time came for her to give birth, and she had twin sons. The first one was reddish, and his skin was like a hairy robe, so his name was Esau. Esau means hairy. Then the second one, who was born holding on tightly to the heel of Esau, was named Jacob. So it took 20 years from the time of marriage, 40 to 20, 60. Now Isaac was 60 before they were born. It took 20 years for Isaac to have children through Rebecca. So the boys grew up and Esau became a skilled hunter. This family was dysfunctional. A man who loved the outdoors, but Jacob was a quiet man who stayed at home. Isaac preferred Esau because he enjoyed eating the animals Esau killed, but Rebecca preferred Jacob. Like I said, I think his family was dysfunctional. As a parent, you should have a preference and show you have that preference to your children. You know, like, because they are twins, daddy took this one, mommy took this one. That's dysfunctional. As a parent, you should strive to love all your kids equally. Even if you have a favorite, you shouldn't show it or make it obvious, which we'll go ahead to see in the story that one parent did. Well, so like I said, I feel this family was dysfunctional. Then one day, while Jacob was cooking some bean soup, Esau came in from hunting. He was hungry and he said to Jacob, "I'm starving, give me some of that red stuff." This is why he was named Edom, red. Yeah, he was hairy and red in color, anyways. So Jacob answered, "I will give it to you if you give me your rights as the firstborn son." You see, like I said, this family is dysfunctional. Why would your brother come in hungry and tell you, "Oh, please give me some food"? And what went straight to your mind is, "I will not give you this food. Die unless you give me your inheritance." Like I said, this family is dysfunctional in so many levels. How would that be the first thing that will come to your mind as a brother or as a sister? There's no brotherly love, no sisterly love. Yeah, if I'm going to give it, you only give just ordinary food and you want to take inheritance. You can't give your brother food. Ha. So Esau, I'm sure if Esau had known what he was about to do spiritually. Okay, one thing I've learned from this is words are powerful. You might say that word flippantly, but you don't know what havoc is wreaking in the spiritual realm. Esau's mind, you know how someone will come, we are Nigerian, someone just I beg give me my chop, I beg, I don't want die. Now I beg take am, I beg give me first, my chop first. Nigerians do that thing, like flippant. I beg nah, this one we go chop. I dey hungry, I dey age, I dey hungry, give me my chop first. After we go reason that matter. I kind of like just give me first, let me eat. What will my rice do for me now? I'm hungry right now. Please let me eat first. You know. He was so flippant about it. And Jacob was a very cunning man, you know, cunning, a trickster, whatever word you want to use. He hated his brother. He had no love. Like he was full of greed. That's another thing that is hereditary in that family. Rebecca came from a line of tricksters. Her brother Laban was a trickster, and he was greedy. All he cared about was money. See Jacob, no love for his brother who was hungry. And I can't even blame Jacob because their parents had favorites. You know, how do you divide your children that they don't have love, no love lost between each other? And this one is plotting how to take over the father's whatever from his brother on top of food. He now told Esau to make a vow that he will give him his rights in 33. And Esau made that vow and gave his rights to Jacob. I'm sure in Esau's mind, he's like, I beg, was in Esau's head, this was all a joke. He didn't take it serious. Then Jacob gave him some bread and some of the soup. He ate, drank, got up and left. That was all Esau cared about his rights as the firstborn son. He was so flippant. He wasn't serious. He thought it a joke. He spoke carelessly, acted carelessly. He didn't take it serious. Not like he in his mind he gave away his inheritance. To him it was a joke. It was just all of those careless things. Oh my god, I'm so tired, I'm so hungry, I'm so stupid. I should have seen this. You know how parents even sometimes talk to their children. Some parents, you're so useless, you're this, you're that. See words, words. And then he made a vow. They had so many servants, so much property. I'm sure if Esau really wanted, he could have gone, he would have found bread somewhere else, or there would have been some fruits or something ready to eat in the house, nuts or whatever, while someone prepared food for him. But this impatience and whatever of instant gratification, which is rampant in this generation. Everybody wants it now, 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 not caring what repercussions or consequences the instant gratification will bring into the future. That's what Esau did. Those are the things I've learned from this. Some of the things I've learned from this chapter. You know, Jacob had no love lost for his brother. It's so sad. The family, like I said, is so dysfunctional to me. Imagine my sister or whoever asking me for food, and that's what comes to my mind. It's terrible. People blame Esau, but what about his brother? Why would you even think that's for your own brother who is hungry? And this has also taught me the importance of, like I said, words. Don't be making vows and be promises and be thinking they are jokes. You don't know what the repercussions that will be. The repercussions will be spiritually. Because this dude took everything as a joke. Like, come on, how can you take my inheritance over bread and soup? you know? No, all that okay, okay, I've heard. Oh, no, wala, I give you. Fine, I give you the inheritance. Give me, let me eat. So, well, I'm irritated by both of them, especially his brother Jacob. Couldn't you have just given your brother the food without asking for? He didn't even ask for something in his inheritance. That was just evil, plain evil. And even Esau, like I said, the family was dysfunctional. Anyways, these are my thoughts as always, and I'll see you tomorrow on Francis Reads the Bible. Stay blessed and goodbye.